And welcome to Mac Mania episode 62, if I just check the date here, for the 22nd of January 2014. I was about to say 2013 then, but didn't happen. And this is the show where we give you our week. Hang on. This is the show that gives you the your weekly dose of Apple news and views from Mark and Elliot at times, and also myself. Like I just mentioned, Mark is here with me today. Welcome to you, Mark.
Hello,
great to have you on, and looking forward to a good show. We're going to talk about a few little things because there hasn't been, there's not really that much happening. It's just the regular stories, regular rumours. Things like that. But something I do want to mention though is the iPhone. Just a couple of weeks ago, on the 9th of January, we wasn't on. Well, we just finished the prediction show, and then a couple of days later, the iPhone turned 7 years old. So on that day, 7 years ago, Steve Jobs announced the iPhone first generation, and of course I've got an iPhone, and I've got to say this is probably one of the best, in my opinion. I know people have different opinions. I know people like the Samsung Galaxy and all that better, but I think this is the best mobile out there at the moment. It just does everything I want to do. Do you think the iPhone's changed? Do you think the iPhone's changed the mobile world, Mark?
Probably, yeah, it has. I think it has.
Yeah. Do you agree it's the best mobile on the market, or do you reckon there's other ones out there that are just it's just a tad better?
I can't really say because I've never owned an iPhone. I've used an iPhone, but I've never actually owned one for like 6 months or a year. I've never actually owned one. I've always owned an Android phone, so I can't really say.
All right, then that's fair enough. Well, actually, the iPhone 6, I don't know when that will come out, but that should be a bigger and better phone as well, so we'll have to see when the iPhone 6 comes out, or even the iPhone Air, as Mark has said before. It could be called the iPhone Air. Talking about the iPhone Air, iPad Air, it actually was the better iPad last December. The iPad Air defeated the iPad Mini, which is a bit surprising because I thought people may have went for the cheaper, the cheaper iPad, cheaper, smaller iPad, but maybe just people want a better size, and the iPad Mini probably doesn't get the job done in that sense. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Like, if you had a choice to buy an iPad, would you buy an iPad Air or an iPad Mini for Christmas?
Probably the iPad Air.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on. What's wrong? I said the iPad Air.
Oh, I just said, I don't know if I got an answer, but I just said, would you prefer the iPad Mini or the iPad, like, to buy someone the iPad Mini or the iPad Air for Christmas, or even you in general?
The iPad Air, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a better iPad, and of course I think people would rather size than anything else, but the price is very expensive. And actually, I just want to mention, I'm just going to go to the app right here. I've got my phone in front of me. I'm actually just going to go to the Apple Store because I had a conversation with someone. They were looking to buy. I have an iPad 2, and they are looking to buy the iPad 2. They're looking to buy the iPad 2 because, well, it's supposed to be cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I said the iPad 2 is fine, blah, blah, blah. But actually, I went to the App Store. I wanted to check out the price because I wasn't sure about the price. The price on the App Store, and this is a real rip-off, a real damn rip-off by Apple, $449 for an iPad 2. That is for Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi plus 3G only. That is a rip-off. And if I go to the iPad Mini is, of course, cheaper, which is just absolutely wrong. And the iPad Air is just $100 more. I think that's absolutely wrong, considering that the iPad 2 is not as good. Well, I'd say the iPad Mini is better than the iPad 2, just because the iPad 2 doesn't have the Retina display, it's not fast enough. The iPad Mini has the Retina display, it's a bit more faster. Well, what do you think on that, Mark? That's a real rip-off, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. because I remember saying a few episodes back with the iPhones that you've got the iPhone C, which is just it's dearer, and then the new iPhone before that. So it's yeah, I do agree. It's just ridiculous.
It's just like going over it. It's just like what we talked about in the prediction. Well, was it the prediction show? I think we talked about the prediction show about the Mac Pro and how that doesn't come with a keyboard, mouse, and monitor.
Yeah,
So you have to pay another 1,000 for all that. Well, probably not 1,000, probably about 100 or so.
yeah.
But yeah, and the iPad 2, and I just checked this for a friend, and it's over $400. Surely I'd say the iPad Mini's better in my opinion, just because of the features. But obviously Apple doesn't see it that way, obviously, and I find that a real rip-off actually, and I find that real wrong, considering that the iPad 2 has been around for a few years now. What are we up to? The iPad 4? No, the iPad 5, aren't we? Yeah, we're up to the iPad 5, aren't we? 5th generation.
Yeah.
Because we had the two iPads in 1 year, and this is going back two or 3 years ago. This iPad, and it's still overpriced in my opinion. I don't think it's worth that much. So Apple, if you're listening right now, please change the price, because that is just pissing people with money. Now I want to talk about something else that's pissing people with money, just taking people's money, and this is a real problem for Apple because they've just given back a whole lot of money. Well, they've had to just give back a whole lot of money to parents who have experienced kids going onto the App Store and buying as many apps as they can. Now, people might be thinking, how is this possible? Like the password comes up. Well, actually, say the mum goes and gets an app and puts in the password and then gives it to their kids. It stays logged in for about 15 minutes before it asks for a password again. So the kid could go on and buy anything they want, and the credit card details are in there. And I saw this on the news, and I've read about it. Do you think Apple need to improve their security at least? Like you don't want kids going on and buying all these apps. Like I heard.
Yeah, go on.
I heard a parent say that they got $100 bill or something. Like it's madness.
Yeah, well, with Android, if I can download as many free apps as I want to without putting any passcode, but when it goes, if I'm buying an app, then I have to put my passcode in. So not with Apple,
Yeah.
every app you want to download, you've got to put a passcode in. It's only the free apps I can download. I've got to put I can download for free without any passcode. But if I want to buy an app, I've got to put the passcode in.
Yeah. It'd probably be better for Apple to put in the passcode every single app purchase. Well, at least the ones that cost money, because kids probably don't even know how to use the iPad. We're talking about under 10 years old, or even under 5 years old. So yeah, it was a real problem. Apple actually had to give back all the money to the parents of the I think it was in the US, and I think Australian parents they want their money back too. Sorry, I lost what I was saying then. So yeah, that's a real problem, and I think maybe Apple might just want to touch up their security a little bit. Even though their security is a real good, it is, well, in my opinion, it's real good, but then you need to have some kind of kid protection. I'm just thinking right now, and I'm not sure how this works, but I'm pretty sure the iPad has parental controls. Wouldn't that, be able to do something? You would think, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe the parent hasn't actually.
Oh, well, any other news to talk about?
Yeah, so I want to talk about the Mac a little bit, and then I've got some other news as well that I've got on the story. On my phone here. I just want to talk about the Mac though. Obviously, I just mentioned iPhone turned 7 years old. Well, actually, the Macintosh has doubled that, turned a whopping 30 years old. So they've been around for 30 years. Of course, And I'll just get it right. Oh no, I haven't got it over here, but I've got a Steve Jobs DVD that I watch. Of course, I have shared that on the show,
It's not out
prediction
in
show. I
the
shared
UK
that.
just yet.
30 years old. Now, no, it's probably yeah. Well, that's probably right. But definitely look at getting it because it's a very good movie. Now, January 9th, Mark. Well, actually, I'm reading from another thing. But there's an even bigger milestone looming. So Apple's Macintosh turns 30 on the 24th. So that is this Friday, and they're going to be holding an event at the Flint Center in Cupertino, California. The very same 2,300 seat auditorium where Steve Jobs stepped on the stage to introduce the Mac to the world. In the event, they'll participate in a number of panel discussions. The man responsible for now allegedly 1984 Super Bowl television commercial. So if you don't know what that means, there was actually I think it's on YouTube. It would be on YouTube. The ad that was played during the Super Bowl, which is a sporting event, of the Mac, and it was a very well designed. I think it had an axe involved, and it was really good. So that's going to be an event, not a keynote, like just an event to talk about the Mac and celebrate it's like a birthday. It's like a birthday party. You go on there to celebrate. There'll probably be wine there. Brandy probably,
Yeah, you'll be
munchies
there.
and all that, and actually just to have a look. And you can purchase tickets at Ticketmaster for $140.80. Probably all sold out now as I speak. So, Mark, the Macintosh, you've had one before. I haven't. So this is, I've got an iPhone. You haven't. You've had a Macintosh though, and I haven't. What is your experiences with the Macintosh, and do you think it's the best computer out there to date?
Well, I don't think it is the best computer out there. Obviously, because I've got my own high-performance computer, hand built. But yeah, the Mac is a really good laptop, Mac, Apple computer, laptop. Well, apparently it's not called a laptop, but I've had no but saying the new laptop, Mac, blah blah blah. So I have no idea. But it is a very good computer, Mac. I did like using it because you've got the apps, you've got the iMessage on there. So it has its advantages and disadvantages, like anything out there. So yes, and I do miss it. So I do want to get another one as well.
Yeah, right. That's a good answer. Look, I've used Macintoshes before, and I don't have one, but I'd love one. I still want one. I still want a Mac. I'm still trying to save up. It's hard. It's impossible to save up for a Mac, isn't it? Just so damn expensive.
Hmm.
Unless you went your way and obviously got it. You got it cheap, didn't you? Your white Mac.
Yeah, about £800 on my not Apple itself.
Yeah, right. Cool. So Macintosh, 30 years old, definitely probably one of the best computers out there at the moment, in my opinion. Windows, Microsoft still hasn't beaten them. I wouldn't say Windows 8 is a shocker, in my opinion, at the moment. Well, I haven't used Windows 8, but I've heard obviously. I think have you got Windows 8, Mark?
I do,
I know
yes.
Elliot does, and I know he said his opinion about it. Have you got it though?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Right, cool. I think you've said your opinions before, but it's not functional on the computer, is it?
No, because
That much.
it is it's meant for a touchscreen tablet. So obviously, where it's not touchscreen on my computer, it's really odd to use.
Right. Sweet. Okay. I've got some other news here somewhere. I'll just get my app here. Yeah, we'll talk about the Mac Pro for just a little bit because it has come out. And just the reviews of it has been good. Apparently, it's a real powerful machine. It's insanely powerful, as it's quoted, and so it should. It's a $3,000 computer that's are just unbelievably expensive. Doesn't even come with a keyboard or mouse, like Marcus mentioned, or a monitor for that fact. So you've got to spend another $100 on doing that. Would you, if you had the money, like, because I know, Mark, you do YouTube and you edit, don't you? You probably don't do powerful editing, but if you had the money, would you buy the Mac Pro?
Maybe. Depends what I needed it for.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon there would be anything specific you would buy it for?
Mainly, well, obviously you've got editing software like iMovie. I use iMovie. I've used Cyberlink, what I use for editing the Mania episodes and my channel videos. But obviously you've got the other editing software. I can't Final Cut Pro. That as well. I've never used that, so obviously that'd probably be the main reasons I use it for.
Yeah, that's a good editing software, definitely. Yeah, so I reckon I would maybe. I reckon I'd get away with an iMac though, to be honest, or even a Mac. But it's definitely a very good buy if you were to do something. Like it's definitely good for, those kind of companies like probably, I think Twit uses the Mac Pros now. I think, CNET and all them, companies, the ones that edit stuff a lot and put content on YouTube, they'd probably be the ones to use the Mac Pro more likely. But obviously YouTubers like, you, Mark, and Elliot and myself, and would probably like it to, edit, as well, and edit, actually, what I was thinking this before, talking about my laptop, and this is just a bit of a joke, but talking about my laptop, the Mac Pro would probably be like 1 billion times faster than my laptop, don't you reckon?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't blow up either. And it wouldn't make a noise. Actually, actually, it doesn't make a noise, actually, because I saw a review and someone popped a hard drive into it, or no, actually it was a USB thing, or whatever you call them, and that was making more noise than the Mac Pro, so it's definitely a quiet machine for a powerful one. So yeah, that's a bit about the Mac Pro.
And
the
laptop out the window yet?
I think that's basically it. I think we've pretty much covered everything. There hasn't been a real lot going around, really. Do you have any news, Mark, that you'd like to?
You'd like to discuss? News. I don't have any news, no. I will apologise for the gap space.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm from the UK and Drake's from Australia, and it's a bit of a gap.
Yeah, and also thanks to Sky News for letting us broadcast this as well. So I don't think we have any we don't have any Apple news, more Apple news to discuss. So I think we'll just wrap up the show.
Now, before we do
wrap up the show,
go on, carry on, Jacob.
Yep.
You finished?
I'll hand it over to you.
Well, the other day I showed Jacob a video, and obviously it was very, very funny. And obviously, we want this video to go viral, so we're going to show you. And this is called Funny Dance. This is by Robert, and you've met Robert on the show before. Have a look at this. That was very, very funny. Hello.
It was. It was a very funny, a very funny video, and well done to Rob because it's actually a real funny thing he put together, and actually really clever too. Really clever.
Did you see
All
it?
right, that's it
Did
for
you see
Mac
it?
Mania for episode 62. Mark, wrap us up with your links, where people can find you.
People can find me everywhere. YouTube, Mr. Monk UK1, Twitter, Mark94 UK, Facebook page, Mr. Monk UK1, and you can email me, Mr. Monk UK1 at hotmail.co.uk.
Awesome. Very awesome. Okay, people can find me. I've got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/BevoB5Productions1, which is a new channel, by the way. Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and WordPress. I'm on all of them. I'm starting to blog a little bit. Tumblr I use a bit more often though because it's more fun. And if you want to see behind the scenes of what I do with my videos, then go to there because I post intros and all that and just behind the scenes stuff. But BevoB5 for all of them, of course. Links will be down in the description below for all of us. I want to just quickly do a bit of a pick of the week before we wrap up. I'm looking because I'm doing my videos now, and I'm doing it the hard way at the moment, doing my videos, and I'm not going to say how I'm doing it, but I want to use my camera to record. So I'm not using my camera at the moment, but I want to use my camera to record. And I want to have those files go off to my iPad. Now you need something called a camera connection kit. Now on Apple's website, it's about $30. It's $40 somewhere else. It's just a total it's just over the top. It's over the top. I went to this. I googled it. Went to this website. I got this piece of little software that not only has an SD card slot, but also has a USB port for your camera, and it only cost me $6 for it's an all-in-one, and it only cost me $6. Now I just ordered it tonight. I haven't got it yet, so I won't say a rating yet, but trust me, if this works, it's gonna be a bargain. It was originally $20-something as well. So go to Australia's cell phone shop if you want to buy accessories like that, because they do have them cheap. If you want a cheaper way to buy those kind of accessories, go over to them. And I think they actually do UK and United States delivering, so it's definitely worth a check out. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to stop yakking and let everyone go, and thank you very much for watching. Episode 63 will be coming very soon, hopefully next week. But until then, I'm Jacob Bevis from Mark Knight myself. Bye for now.
Bye.